to you all. Have you switched me on, Chris? Great. Well, it's lovely to have you all here with us. And this is the Halle Orchestra. And my name's Mark Albert. And Chris has got to fiddle his nose. And we're going to play you some of our favourite pieces. All right, can you hear? And we're going to introduce you to what an orchestra is. I don't know whether you've ever been this close to an orchestra before, but have a good look. Yeah? Have a good look and watch them work together. Watch them play. Watch the way they need to be in contact with each other, not just playing their instruments, but somehow playing together. And you lot in the corner here, just watch that one at the back there, because she doesn't play very often, but when she does, my God, it's beautiful. Here we go. Wonderful tunes. Try not to talk. We're stopping someone else listening. This is what you've got to use, not this or this. sort of sound that sometimes we make together. Steve, we've got an awful lot of room here in the orchestra. Couldn't I have some of these young players at the back here coming a bit further forward? They're so far away they can't see. It'd be lovely if, yeah, that's it, come on. It's not too many, but we've got space for a few here. It's quite a different experience, I tell you, coming and sitting in the orchestra. No, no, not you. You're not at the back. Just the people at the back. I'm watching. Okay, Jackie. They've been selected. Well, there's one in the middle here. There's room for 2 or 3 here. Don't be shy. It's fun. It's fun. They won't bite. That's what I tell you. All right, now, how are we doing, Steve? Okay? Great. Could I have a bit of hush, please? A bit of hush. Now, those of you who are now sitting in the middle of the orchestra, you've heard the orchestra from the distance. You've heard the whole thing, but now it's going to sound completely different. Because you're sitting, you're looking around what you're sitting. I mean, look, all you girls are sitting in front of the double basses. The biggest, lowest instruments in the orchestra. Yeah? So it'll sound incredible when they start playing behind you. So the whole experience of you sitting down in with us, as it were, is going to give you a completely different idea about how an orchestra is. You want to watch the players. Look at them. I mean, they've got to play the music that's in front of them. They've got to watch me to make sure they're with me, with my beat. They've got to turn the pages, one at a time. You never know. I mean, there's so much going on that you wouldn't have thought about. And don't just worry about sitting and looking forward. Turn around and see what's behind you, because you've got some of the treasures behind you. Yeah? So it's a completely different feeling. I mean, those of you sitting in front of the trumpets, you know what the trumpets look like, don't you? Yeah. You want to be ready, the trombones. They'll blow your brains out. So everybody, you can see now that an orchestra is made up. Will you be quiet? Hush, hush, thank you. That an orchestra is made up of very different types of instruments, very different families. And we've tried to show you about the different families by the way they're dressing. They've got different scarves and shawls and coloured things to show which family they belong to. Now, the largest family, you probably all can guess just by looking, are the stringed instruments. The stringed instruments start with the double basses. What does a double bass sound like? Have you ever heard a double bass play by itself? No. What do you think? A bottom E? That's it. Put your hands on it very gently. Now get louder. Now creep in cellos. The cellos are the next instruments. Smaller than the double bass is so high. So they're playing the same note, but not quite in the same area, just an octave higher. A little smaller than the cellos are the violas. You're going to play G sharp. Then the second violins, we've got two groups of violins. These are all violins in two groups. A tenth higher than that, B natural. Top E above the scale. Now here the first violins on one of their highest notes, octave higher. So it sounds calm, doesn't it? It kind of sounds sweet and harmonious. But it can get louder. Come on. And now softer. But could it ever be softer than that? 2 octaves lower first, below the stave. Can you hear that at the back? Just. So you see, all these players can make a tiny noise as well as a loud noise. Thank you. And the colours that an instrument makes in the music is just like a painter who has all these paints on his palette and he thinks, which particular colour do I need now to paint the picture? What we're concerned with is pictures in sound. That's what we do for a living. That's what we all do. I and the orchestra have been working together for about 14 years, trying to get our pictures, our stories in music, clear, powerful, interesting, and exciting. And we want to share that with you today. Okay? So that's the stringed instruments. But it's not the only thing they can do. You see that they play with the bow. That's the thing they hold in their right hand is called the bow. It has a wooden bit, it's got a funny white bit, but we'll come back to that in a minute. But they can also play without using the bow at all. Chord of E major, any notes you like, any rhythms you like. Homage to Lusislavsky, go. Not fast, not fast. Free, that's better. More gaps, then quicker notes. Gap. And then gradually fade out. Does anyone know what that's called? That form of playing? Plucking. You're absolutely right. Plucking. Yeah, absolutely right. No. And in Italian, it's called pizzicato. So many of the words we use in music come from Italy, because Italy is where the ancient Romans and the Greeks is where music really started. We call it pizzicato, but you're absolutely right. Bravo. Lucky. That's all right. Come again. Now, as well as the strings, though, we've got some other completely different sounds. I mean, for instance, behind me here are all the woodwind instruments, but you can't see them because they're all tucked down behind the music stand. So I'm going to ask them to stand up for you. Would you just stand? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players we've brought with us today who are all playing woodwind instruments. Now, the lowest of the woodwind instruments is the bassoon. And you can always tell, the longer, the bigger the instrument, the lower it will play. Okay? And the bassoons are going to sound like this. Thanks, everyone. So that's one sound. And now it's like grandfathers. Lovely. So now you know what a bassoon sounds like. Now, hang on in there. A bassoon he makes the sound with 2 bits of cane. I wonder whether you knew that. But what actually goes into his mouth to make the sounds are 2 tiny little bits of cane. They put in their mouth like that. And they get the cane, they get it sent, from the south of France, just bits of cane that they've grown on the beaches and in the lakes, and they scrape it until it gets thinner and thinner and thinner, until they can make a sound with it, until it can vibrate. And the 2 bits of cane vibrate together to set up this little, when you put a piece of lavatory paper in a cone, and you make a sound, and it tickles. Well, that's what it feels like to begin with. Now, when you take the reed off the instrument and you blow in it, it sounds like... Thank you very much. And you put that on the instrument, because what you're hearing there, it sounds like a funny bird, but actually it's the two pieces of cane vibrating together, okay? Now, there's another instrument in the woodwind family that has two bits of cane, but it's a very different sort of instrument. And here it is, it's the oboe. Now, we've got three oboes here today. The oboe is much smaller than the bassoon because it plays higher, but as you can see, it's made of dark wood with lots of silvery keys to make sure it can play all the notes. And on the right, there's a larger one, a longer one, which is a deeper one. I would call it like a bass oboe, really. And they're going to play a little piece by Beethoven. Is it by Beethoven still? Oh my God. So that you can hear the sound of oboes. Beautiful. Beautiful, thank you. How marvelous. So the idea is that you get used to the different colours that the instruments make so that you will hear them as they play solos, as the music goes on, whatever we're playing. And you'll suddenly have, oh, I think that's an oboe. Now behind the oboes are the two clarinets, and they look the same sort of thing. But they've only got, at the top of the instrument, they've only got one piece of cane, which is attached to the wood, so it has a completely different sound production. And it's a much more mellow, gentle sound. And this is what it sounds like. Bit jazzy. So, all those instruments in the woodwind family have bits of cane. But the last instrument, the highest instruments, the flutes, don't. They just play what looks like just a little whistle. Now the main flute, the normal flute, sounds like this. We've got two of them, and they're going to play something. Oh, we're going to do something together. So we've got three flutes. Goodness me, this is a surprise. So we have three flutes, but the one on the left can also play the baby, what we call the little flute, or the piccolo. It's just the Italian word for little. And that sounds completely different, like a little bird. So from the top note of the piccolo to the bottom note of the bassoon, which sounds like... We've got a huge range of colours, like an artist who wanted to paint. So in sound, we've got all those colours. Now, do you see behind the woodwind are the drums? I don't know whether you can all see, but there's this wonderful drummer, Erica, who's got about 4 or 5 drums there. And then some of them sound like this. Do one of those incredibly exciting rolls that starts quietly and gets louder. Listen. Do that tummy ache bit you do. Listen. So those are the drums, the timpani, and they make an incredible difference to the way an orchestra sounds, because they have such a different technique. Yeah? If you can't see, I'd stand up at the back. Stand on your chairs if you can't see at the back. Now, as well as the drums, In the percussion department, we've brought with us today a very beautiful but very different instrument. And I wonder whether any of you know what it's called. It sounds absolutely beautiful, like little distant bells. Now this side can see pretty clearly, and it sounds like this. Hey, thank you. Anybody know what that instrument's called? Yes. Somebody suggested a xylophone, which is nearly right. It's 85% right. Anybody else got another suggestion? Yes, you sir. Did you say a glockenspiel? That's right, it's a glockenspiel. A xylophone is nearly the same, but it's made of wood. And so it would sound drier, like as if you're hitting old bones. But this is metal, and it sounds like tiny little bells. Dave, just play a few slow, quiet chords at the top part. I mean, some people have a front doorbell that sounds like that, don't they? Wish they wouldn't. So, then the last instruments that we haven't introduced to you yet are the brass instruments. Would all the brass just hold up their instruments? You see, they're brass because they're shining, metallic. Yeah? And what a selection of different ones we've got. Now, over on the left, they're called the French horns. And you can see they've got the bell where the sound comes out. The other end, that tiny bit sticking out, is the bit they put on their mouthpiece. And really, it's just, will you be quiet? I can't make myself heard. Have you got another engagement or something this afternoon? Shh. Great, now we can all enjoy it. The French horn is really just like a bit of garden hose, curled round, with a mouthpiece on the end. But as time went by, it got more and more complicated, and now it has this wonderful golden sound. Play us something, guys. What's that? An early Verdi opera. The talent in this orchestra knows no bounds. Then we have trumpets. Now, you all know what a trumpet sounds like, but I bet you've never heard it sound like this. Then last, the three trombones and the lowest of the brass instruments, the biggest, the tuba. And they make a completely different sound. I've no idea what they're going to sound like now, though. So, now you have the whole orchestra, and we're ready to play you something else. We're going to play you... Actually, there's one thing I actually haven't made clear. I thought I was going to forget, but I'm not. Do you know how a violin makes a sound? I mean, Kath, just do an open A or something like that. Right. Now, you see, those of you can see her left hand. She's not putting her fingers down at all. Okay? So the white bit is gently rubbing against the string. Thank you. Thank you. Kath's birthday today. I wanted to give her a moment. What is astonishing, and I bet most of you don't have no idea what I'm going to tell you, is that the thing that she, on the instrument, the string, is actually a piece of the inside of the intestines of a sheep. And the thing, the white bit that she's rubbing against it is actually made, does anybody know? Yes? Horsehair. It's made of horsehair. Paul, can you unscrew yours, if you know what I mean? Do you see? You can see all the hairs. You see? But then you tie it up. Okay, you put it back together. So that beautiful sound that the strings were making is actually horsehair rubbing against sheep's guts. Okay? So now you've got an orchestra. Are you ready? Now we're going to play you a waltz. You know what a waltz is? A lovely dance. And it's by one of the world's most lovely, famous composers, Tchaikovsky. And it comes from his ballet, The Sleeping Beauty. And here we go. straight in, the doors up first thing from the New World, the New World Symphony. It's one of the most popular pieces. I absolutely love it. The orchestra and I have performed it all over the place, and we still enjoy it very much. It's a wonderful, fresh, exciting piece of music. And as I was just starting it then, I suddenly thought the one part of an orchestra that we haven't really talked about at all is, why do you have to have a conductor? Do you? Can't they do it without you? Can't they do it without you? Well, let's see what happens. Start again, everybody. Whenever you like. See what they can do now. I might as well go ahead. Don't stay together. That's quite easy, actually. I mean, we could do some difficult things, they wouldn't last a minute. But it occurred to me that as you sit here watching, and it's difficult for you to see the orchestra, but you can see what I'm doing, and you think, well, what's he doing? Is he making any difference to what they do? What does he do? He just seems to waggle his stick up and down, it doesn't seem to make any difference. Anyone thought they'd like to have a go? Would you? Have you thought about what you're doing? You really know what you'd like to do? Come on then. Come on. Come up here and do it. We'll see whether they can go together. I mean, it's a chance in a lifetime, isn't it? Conduct the Halle Orchestra. Amazing. Here we go. Keep your fingers crossed, this could be a disaster. All right, quiet everybody. Shh. Wait a minute, quiet. Tell me your name. Michael, lovely to meet you. Are you left-handed or right-handed? Put it in your right hand, hold on to it. Up you come. Now, why did you put your hand up quickly, Michael? Because it looks cool. That's the best answer. Some people say, because it's weird. But I prefer it's cool, all right? Now, I'm going to start you off, okay? I'll do a bit with you, and then I'll leave you on your own. But the most important thing is that when I stop conducting, you try and keep the music at the same speed. So you've got, your beat is what they're going to follow. Because if you slow down and you speed up, I tell you, they'll follow. Ready, everybody? Beginning of the labor. Give the chap a chance, he's making his debut. Smile. Don't let me down. You said it was cool. No, it is weird, isn't it? Because there's so many people, they're all looking at you. They're all, because as soon as you went slower, they went slower too. Yeah? They're all looking at you, and they've all got a different part to play. And the music sounds incredible, doesn't it? I mean, it's just so exciting. Well done. Let's have someone else. Any recommendations? Okay, you on the end now. Yep. Come on. Don't put your hand up if you don't want to come up. Don't put your hand up because I might say you. Why did you put your hand up? Because you wanted to put your hand up, but do you want to come up? Come on. Put it in your right hand. What's your name? Mohammed Amir. Fantastic. Everybody, start a bit later. This is going to be fun, I tell you. This is really fun. Figure two. Figure two. Shh. It starts quite quietly. Everybody should just be, sending him out good vibes. This could be a disaster. Now I'll start you off, all right? And you just have to keep it going, all right? And if you're not quite sure what to do, smile. Let's just stop there a moment before it stops itself. How does that feel? It feels all right, isn't it? Isn't it incredible that they're all doing what you're telling them to do? Whatever you beat, they will play. Now you started getting slower, which is completely natural. I mean, it's very difficult to keep the tempo going. Because as you listened, you thought, this music, oh yeah, am I in control? How are they doing what and then you let yourself get slower and slower. Yeah? Go back to the same place, everybody. Try and keep it in the same tempo. All right, start when you like. I tell you what, he's got a very good two, very good two in a bar, very clear. Have you practiced this before? He's a natural for slow music. Now, unfortunately, this is fast music. So you're going to do 1, 2, 1. Just do that with me. 1, 2. 1 like an umbrella, that's it. Handle and up. Handle and up. 1, 2. Can you keep that tempo? Okay, let's start again. Same pace. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Do you see what I mean? You're on your own. Don't get slower. We can't be here all day. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Don't look miserable. Bravo, absolutely brilliant. Well done. Is that fun? Next. Would that be a good idea? Daniel Brown, please. Is this a good idea or a bad one? You sold me a bad idea. And you'll be next. Are you Daniel Brown? Did you put your hand up? On you go. You're right-handed? Put that in your right hand. Hold on to it. Don't drop it. Wait a minute. Figure 4. Now, I'm going to start you off. Hold it. That's it. Hold it here. And I'm going to show you how fast it's going to be. I'm going to do it with you. And when I stop, concentrate on just going on the same speed. Okay? And don't worry about them. They don't bite. They do eventually, but don't worry. I'll watch you. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Well done, well done. Keep that going. 1, 2. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. One thing you never do is turn around and smile at the audience. Now the problem is that if you were dancing yourself, if you were dancing in a club, you know, or you were enjoying one of your favourite songs, you wouldn't suddenly slow down and speed up. I wonder why he does it. Someone else come and try. Same again, everybody. Figure 4. Figure 4. No, shh. Okay, now, the music, what's the pulse of the music? It's like a ding, boom, ding, boom, ding, boom, 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 boom. Okay? So you just start conducting whenever you're ready. Okay, start again. Look at them. Say, I'm ready, are you? Now, play. Good. Off you go. Slow down. Well, bravo. That's really tricky to do that. Bravo. Go away. Everybody, 292. Okay, listen, the bell's going to go in a minute. It's going to be a terrific problem. So you've stopped the bell. This is a school and a half. You've held the buses. Well, in that case, then we'll play you the rest of the movement. We can see how it goes. But listen, everybody, I just wanted to, it's lovely that some of you come and conduct it. And of course, if we got all day, you could all have a go. But at least those of you who've done it have some feeling about what it feels like to be near players, what I call to be near the source of the sound. All those young people sitting in the middle of the orchestra are hearing it in a completely different way from the way you're hearing it. Yeah? Do you want to ask you a question? Why do I sound like David Attenborough? There's an answer to that. There's an answer to that, because I've been working with animals all my life. If you wanted to play an instrument, perhaps you do already, and it may be that you love music, or it may be that what we've shown you here today has said, perhaps there's something in this for me. I don't know. This isn't an advertising campaign, it's just us sharing with you what we do all the time. We've been working together for about 14 years. And we do concerts all over the world, many, many in Manchester. Sometimes we come up to Bolton, to Oldham, all sorts of different places. But we don't get it just by treating it like a hobby. This is our life. We do it because we believe in the music, and we believe in communicating, in telling you stories, in sound. And this is what this music we're going to finish with now today is really about. It's a very exciting music when it goes at the right tempo, Ahmed, and doesn't slow down. Yeah? So here we are as a way to finish. Some of Dvorak's New World Symphony. Sorry, Tom. Can you hear the flute? Now the bass. Here's a lovely tune. Flute. Now the violins.
them out as they